We are live with another episode of the Three Devils podcast brought to you by the three of us, James Hayes, Barrett Watts, and myself. I guess there's no easy way to start this podcast other than the fact that we lost our manager, Ruben Amorim out. Does he deserve this? Is it warranted? Um, I'll go down my rant. I think it's a terrible decision, honestly. But at the same time, Ruben Amorim's done it to himself. And the reason I think it's a terrible decision, and again, I'm sorry for just diving straight into it, but there's no other way to start this pod. I think it's a terrible decision just because you gave the guy, you hired the guy in last year. He was in a perfect place. We gave him the ultimatum of either signing with the club right now or don't sign with the club. And he wanted to finish his sporting project. You could clearly see the improvements from last season. And if you deny that, I just feel like it's okay, all right. But maybe I'm being biased because I'm a United fan. But anybody that has watched the games, you can see that we've improved every game. Now I'm not letting the results go, like the Leeds, Everton, Wolves. Those are points that we've dropped. You know what I mean? Especially at Old Trafford. But it's just frustrating, just because like we're just it's just another cycle of just sacking a manager halfway through the season. We're gonna have to get an interim manager, and we're gonna get into a couple other interim talks. But again, there's just no other easy way to dive into this. Personally, I think it's a terrible decision. I'm just flustered. So it's frustrating. So I've said my piece. Good evening, guys. I hope you're doing well.
Yo.
But yeah.
Well, I think you said it. I think it really is frustrating, and I share the same sentiment as you, Paul. Yeah, it really threw me off, like what happened, and seeing what happened with Chelsea's manager to see it at United was just like a bit of a shock. However, I'm not surprised that it came to this point because I think he was a bit of for lack of a better term, a little bit stubborn to change his ways. And I know he started caving in, but for the most part, he was not willing to bend the rules or whatever ideas he has, which I think is again, and he's right. He did make it very clear when he joined United that he has his own idea, the way he wants to play, and that's why he came to the club. So again, I think there was a lot of internal push and certain I'm sure certain things been said from the board or from the presidents or whatever, the higher ups, for him to get to this point. But again, I think that was a bad move sacking him. I think Paul, you made a very good point saying that we want to continue to. To me, I think what we want to do is continue or
Come on,
start.
man. Stay with your chest, bro. How do you
But
fucking feel? Come
to
on.
be honest with you, it's such a shock that I don't even know what to think. But the way I see it is that if you want to be the greatest club in the world and continue the name we have, you can't just keep rewriting the scripts every other year. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's not how it works. You gotta start culture. You gotta start bringing in managers and having them stick out and really get rid of players that don't fit the system, and that's what was going on.
Mhm.
And now we sacked the manager. Now we're gonna go back to some other manager with either ideas is gonna come in and then bring in his own idea of players. And then that if it doesn't work out, then now we're looking to move on from that manager. So it's a cycle. I don't know how the board and the leadership at United don't see that. How can you have a team without a culture or identity? No identity at all. And we're just building it up, and we let him go. So
Mhm.
I think that was a bad move.
You gonna say something or just say the whole time, James?
Hey
Yeah,
Come
man,
on,
for
I'm
bro.
real.
letting everyone get their piece. I'm giving everyone the floor. This is an emotional time for some of
I
us,
bet you
so
James was like
Started off
excited,
so
happy.
mellow, and then now it's just James, go ahead.
nah.
Say your
I
piece,
mean,
man.
I think I was the first one to text you guys this morning, and Paul, you liked the comment, said, "Yo, we're definitely potting tonight," and then you just wrote, "Jesus, Amarin's out."
Oh,
But no, yeah,
I
I think this morning I woke up to that this morning, just looking at my text messages, and I was like, I just thought it was a meme. Like I was like, oh,
Yeah, me too.
it's a meme. Like this can't be real.
Yeah.
I
No.
think I've had mixed emotions the whole day. I think this morning, if you had asked me like right away, I would have said, "Yeah, I'm sad." I think Barrett, you're absolutely bang on. Like, he's creating a culture that takes time. If you look at the best teams in the last decade, what Pep's built, it wasn't built on it was built on a bunch of different things, but I mean, like he had to bring in the right player, the right attitude, with the right mentalities to win. Same with Liverpool, like different way they built that winning team. They took like the long, thorough process as opposed to City
Yeah.
spending money. Arsenal, I mean, they've been with the same manager for 5 years, and
Since this.
still hasn't won a trophy. But you could see, like Rome wasn't built overnight. Um, and yeah, I mean, again, my emotions are very mixed right now, just because this morning it was sad. But having watched back the press conference, and I think yesterday when we spoke about it, have you seen press? We all said to each other, "Have you seen the press conference? Have you seen the press conference?" Like when you say things like that, he was really speaking emotionally and with his chest, and like he was just like kind of like, "I'm done. If I'm gonna say what I want, and if I lose my job, so be it. But at least I'm gonna go out being honest and being myself, and I respect that. But there's a part of me that just wishes, you know, um, he just bit his tongue and just
Oh
he didn't
man.
say what he said, and I mean, but at the same time, like maybe this is what needed to happen, and he showed clearly like he's not getting the support from the board, and I mean, yeah, I mean, look at every manager we've had in the last. We've had 10 managers since Ferguson. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 managers.
managers.
And I think with that said, bro, like, I think there's definitely, you can see it just through social media, James, and Barry, like, you could see that in social media, like, everyone's just turning on, like, the board, like,
Yeah,
Ineos board, Wilcox and Barada, and especially Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And it just makes stupid comments like, I could see Ruben Amorim being here for the next 3 years. It's like,
hmm
well, like, we just sacked the dude. We're back to square
yeah,
one. So
yeah,
it's just,
Yeah. I disagree, James. Here, I disagree that what it was wrong for him to say what he said. I really don't. I think Paul, you and I were watching the game together when he was giving the interview after. You were like, wow, this is like Mourinho. I was like, finally, this
yeah.
guy has a spine. He's saying stuff like he's finally
Well,
saying he's
no.
frustrated.
let's
But
be fair. He's
he's been
always
nothing but honest
yeah.
this
He's
entire 14
yeah
months. I wouldn't say that. My thing is like he knew when he was saying that he was entering a territory of
yeah.
But
you
he didn't
you
say
know
anything. He didn't say anything like crazy. He's all he said is, "Hey,
Well,
I am hired to be the manager, and I want to manage the team, and
yeah
but
everybody needs to do their part."
he
And I
said
don't
that
think there's anything wrong with that, really.
he said that like 3 times, and he really honed in on manager. And when
Yeah,
you think about
because
it, when
yeah,
you
but it's
think
because
about it
it's
at
because I'm
first,
sure he
you're
was getting pushbacks from leadership. That's why I'm sure he's frustrated. It's not fun to tie games all the time and to lose games all the time with the amount of players you have, with the qualities you have, with the players leaving for Afghan and all that stuff. And when the board's pressuring him to change his ways and all that stuff, and I think they put him against the wall, and he has to respond the way he's a human being.
it sounds
And
like
what's
you're agreeing with James though.
no. No. But he said I didn't think that was a good idea for what he
I
said on the
I
interview. I
again,
I thought it
like
was
you
the right thing to do.
like
Screw him,
again,
honestly.
I think he's been nothing but truthful. I think you could just tell though in that press conference and that afterwards when he names drops like um, Jason Wilcox, he did like a separate interview with another right James.
no
Um,
so disregard that.
Yeah,
for what
No,
I don't think he name dropped. I don't think he
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 did.
didn't
didn't.
name drop anyone, but I
But
will
like
say like
yeah, sorry.
sorry. No, I was just
No,
gonna
oh
say,
yeah,
like, he's given us little breadcrumbs. I mean, like a couple weeks ago, he did say, "Yeah, I mean, the board's kind of alluded to, if I want to play the way I want to play, we have to spend a lot of money, and the board has kind of
yeah.
I can't I'm paraphrasing here, but
No, I
the
remember.
board
Yeah.
has alluded to them not spending. They're not going to spend that money, so I
Mhm.
will have to be a little bit more flexible in my system. And then the game after, he went with the flat back four, and everyone's like jumping on his or praising him like, oh, he's like this, like he's adapting. I mean, I will. I mean, I know a lot of United fans, a lot of ex-United players will say, "This is Man United. We don't play a back three. We're a 4-4 or 4-4-2. We like to play with. We can play. The system does not matter. Like the system means absolutely nothing. If you, but you need like characters. You need players. You need
Yeah.
people that are part of this journey. And I mean, Barricade, you were touching upon it earlier. I mean, the best game we had this season was right before the AFCON, and we had Bruno, we had Mbomo, we had Ahmad, Cunha, Mount. Now, in this last game, we had one of those five players. You
Mhm.
know, like,
Yeah.
and I mean, honestly, I mean, I guarantee you, someone said something to him either in the build up to the game or before the game or after the game from a higher whether that's a Jason Wilcox or Omar Barada or someone else, someone said something to him to really like that. Someone was stoking the fire. I guarantee someone said something like, "Hey, you gotta adapt because you're not going to get the
Yeah,
signings this winter." And
yeah.
he's probably like, "Are you
And
kidding me? Like, we're
yeah,
so close to top four. We may not get Ahmad and Mbomo back anytime soon. And on top of that, when they do come back, they may be like, they might need a break.
yeah,
They're not going
and
to be with the group like very. I don't know.
So
it's
what does
good.
that
Yeah,
say
it's a
about what
mixture.
does
It's a
this?
mixture of those two things. It's the formation, and it's definitely January transfer is like helping the squad, and like again, we spoke about our bench several times between Leeds and between Wolves. A lot of young players, not a lot of experience, and if we're gonna push and get points, 1 point is not good enough at Wolves
No,
at
it's
home.
not.
1 point at Leeds. I mean, I think at the end of the game, Ruben Amorim would have taken a tie, but we should be
Yeah,
going after that game, trying to win the game, get 3 points. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And you look at our depth on the bench. We have the Fletcher twins. No disrespect to them, they're not ready. And
Mm-hmm.
we have the Fletcher twins. We had Xerxia on the bench, who made an instant impact when he came on the field. Lenny Euro. We didn't have Mbomo. We didn't have Ahmad on the bench. We didn't have someone to sub somebody on. Barker, we're watching the game together. They sub Noto on and the other Asian guy, and I look at you and I'm like, dude, we need a player that's gonna drive at our deep. We don't have that on our bench. Who are we gonna
yeah,
sub? You know what I mean? And we had players trying to do it, but they didn't have the capabilities. So
yeah.
Yeah.
it definitely was a mixture of those two things that were said behind closed doors: transfers and just formational play, and what's coming in. What are we going to do to bolster our squad? Because again, we're only a couple points off of fourth place, and
Which
you
is
know what
frustrating.
the
Well,
sad thing
doesn't it
Frustrating.
about
feel
this
like
whole
we've
thing.
kind of written off our season, like with
That's what I
this
was gonna say. The
sacking?
sad thing
Yeah,
is we were only halfway through the season, and it's like this is like this we're giving up basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I think it's what's more frustrating to me personally is the fact that now by getting rid of the manager, right? Not the coach, the manager. Uh,
yeah,
I see what you did
uh,
there.
I see. Um, Now we're saying to a player like Guanacho and Rashford and Sancho
Who
saying, "Oh,
cares
you
about
guys were
them though,
right.
bro?
Like you guys were right about this guy. He was the
nah.
problem."
Who gives a shit? That's not the
I
biggest
think I
problem.
think most of
Uh,
the United fans, I'd say 90% or 50, maybe not 50, maybe like 70% of the United fan base will be saying, "Dude, they were part of the problem. Like the
I'm
dead
not saying
rot."
from the fan side, and I guess maybe it's not that important, but
Whoa, that
for a
is the
player
most
like
important thing, though.
but it does bother me the fact that a player like
Yeah,
Guanacho
you saw
liking
him
the
like
fact that he
you
was
saw him
sent
like
like
Fabrizio Romano's
Nah, don't even give
dude.
him any time, bro. Honestly, like, who cares? Like, those guys are never gonna like Rashford. Like, I'm sure he'll get sold.
Yeah,
He'll probably have a great World Cup, and someone will buy him.
yeah. Hopefully,
yeah,
we'll get our money worth for him. But in general, boys, I think it really did put it just shifted everything we thought about this team for the past few weeks. Now we're looking at who's going to be the new manager.
Did
Is
we see that coming though?
isn't
Like,
what's that?
did we see that coming based off the interview yesterday? Did we
No,
think, oh,
absolutely
No,
not.
I did
I
not.
think
There
Paul.
must
I
have
it's
don't
been
know
a
if
just
you
a knee
remember,
disagreement
jerk
today.
reaction, right? Like, it's just like
but Paul, I don't know if you
fucking
remember.
frustrating.
Right after when we were watching the interview, I said to you, "Oh, is this is he? How long do you think he's gonna stay?" Because he keeps saying, "Oh, I have my 18 months, and then we'll
Yeah,
see
I
what
mean, I
happens
think
after."
That
Um,
was
that was probably the most like volatile part
I think
of
that's what
the.
threw me off, and I was like, "Why do you keep mentioning the time period, like
very
his contract time
Mourinho-esque.
period?" Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was like, "There's something going on. I don't know what it is." And I think I said to you, I was like, "Do you think he's gonna sack him? Like, is he gonna leave?" You're like, "No, no. I think it's he's just frustrated." And I just laughed it off. Honestly, I was like, "Ah, he's just frustrated." Portuguese guy, like very much like a
Li-
manager that's like it's just a frustrated manager talking. That's what I thought it
right.
was.
Yeah.
To wake up
Listen,
this
That was
morning and see
probably
what happened is it's just threw me off.
listen,
no.
if
That was
he
probably
was
like
one
the
of the
most.
best managers in the world, if he was Fergie, if he was Pep Guardiola, and he made demands to the board, I mean, everything. I'd like to think everything runs, not everything, but 90% of what goes on in the club runs through Pep. Everything ran through Fergie when he was here.
Yep.
Maybe those days are over, but if a Pep Guardiola walked into United and was like, "I need this done or this done in order to be successful and win the league," you'd be like, "Yeah, sure, we'll do that." I'm
Right.
not saying Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim by no means has that stature. He's not there yet, and he
But he
probably
should be,
made
right?
demands.
He should
And
be, right?
well, I
Shouldn't
mean,
he
he
be?
should be, but and that's what he's alluding to. That's what he's alluding to. Like, I'm the manager, not the. I'm
Right.
not just the coach. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
I don't know. Again, it's. I'm fucking. Excuse me.
So
I'm frustrated, man. Just
Yeah,
where is
steps
my question to you?
backwards.
My question to you guys is that where is our culture is gonna go now? Like what is our culture now is just like hire and fire managers and
Forget
then
culture. We're gonna get relegated, bro. We're gonna get
I don't think that's gonna happen. I
It's
think that
all
would be
hands on deck, bro. It's all hands on
um
deck. No, I'm
I
kidding. What were you saying?
I think
Sorry, bro.
what's gonna happen now? Like like I'm so
well,
first of
what
all,
was his culture, Barricade? I mean, you're asking
I
us
think
that
his
question. What do
culture
you? What would you say like, in a couple of words?
I think his
What
culture
was
was
the
that hey,
environment he was creating?
I think he ran a strict shift. I believed when players
Yep.
were not performing, they were not playing. Doesn't matter how legend you are, like how long you've been there, whether you were academy player or not. If you're not playing the way he wants you to play, you're
Mhm.
not playing, right? He was giving players a chance, younger players a chance. I think he was giving players a run, and really, I thought he had like a very strict way of positioning his players, putting in the 11 players he wants, and all that fun stuff. And I like
Hmm.
that because I don't like in the past. I think we have managers who just folded and like play like when Sancho was
Yep.
going through all that stuff, he was still playing, and then Garnacho when he was going through all that stuff, being basically a cancer in the team. They were still given opportunities, but I like the fact that he said, "Hey, man, you don't align with our ideology. You don't align with the team or my way of managing it's time for you to go." And I think I agreed with that.
Yeah.
We needed that because that's what we needed for the younger players to see, right? Him getting rid of Rashford was a big deal. I mean, Rashford was a club legend, right? At that point, even though he wasn't performing. For him to do that, for a young player for academy to see that, hey man, I gotta keep performing. I can be a goner too if I'm acting up or if I'm not performing, right? I think he had
Hmm.
that, and I think that was the culture I was really looking forward to, and it was being built. And now, what do we do,
Yeah.
right? Luckily, we're getting
He
Fletcher,
No.
definitely
who's a
took.
United player, right, under Fergie. So I think maybe he has that ideology too as well. But who knows? It's gonna be interesting, really.
No,
You
he
know,
definitely took massive steps in that regard. He got rid of, he got rid of Garnacho, he got rid of Rashford. He said
Don't
goodbye
think
to
that.
certain players that, have been with the club with several managers. So, no, he definitely uh, laid down, in my eyes, like a decent foundation. But I mean, like it kind of goes back to what Ralph Rangnick was saying a few years ago. You don't need glasses to see, right?
Yeah.
It's not a cosmetic. It's an open heart it's an open heart surgery, right? Like, it, and I mean, it felt like he was getting there, and he got very far, but I mean, if you don't feel like you're gonna have the backing, you're gonna get impatient. Right? You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna say things that you probably normally wouldn't say.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? Like, we were talking about, like, yeah, this is open heart surgery, like Ralph Ragnick said. I don't even think Ten Hag got remotely close to
No,
creating a culture similar to
no,
You know what I mean?
he was
Like,
fighting for
Absolutely
his
not.
job from day
he
one.
was fighting for his job, and, like, he was just playing to win. He wasn't building something. And
Mhm.
I mean, he'll always hang his hat on, hey, I won 2 trophies. That's something we'll always be thankful for. But it's like Ruben Amorim, I think, and this is where everyone's just starting to turn on, like, Ineos, and he was building something, and, like, you could see it throughout this season. Like, we joke around about, like, we should be higher up the table. If we look at the games that we lost, the points that, or the draws that we've had, like, and Ruben Amorim said it after every game, like, very honest. We had these chances, we should have scored, we should have won. We got to play to win. The next game we have to win. Like, he was creating something, and again, maybe we're just being biased because we're United fans, but, like, I think if you're telling me where we haven't gotten better, to me that's a crock of bullshit.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's just,
Well,
again,
there's a
Barry,
lot
like,
of
the point, like, he was building something, and
yeah,
it just
and
makes you
also
wonder who's
who no
am I
the
lagging?
other who what I think who we gonna look to continue this now? That's my question. Who's the next guy? You know, who's the next guy up, and how long do
So
they have?
Yeah.
yeah, no. So I mean, that leads us to our. It's a good segue into, like, what's next for United.
Right.
We have we have a similar lineup to what's going to be for this upcoming game, and we don't really have a lot of substitutes. Bruno, I don't think, is going to be healthy until the next fixture.
Mhm.
And obviously you want the African guys to do well in AFCON, but as a United fan, you're like, dude, like, if you do get knocked out, you're playing, you're jumping straight into that team. It's going to be
Mhm.
interesting because Darren Fletcher, I think he just coached under 18s, but again,
Hmm.
he does know the club. I mean, at its core, he does understand United's DNA and, like, what it's about being a United player and just the basic values of being a Man United player.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, is he going to be here till the rest of the season? I've seen some interesting news. I don't know if you guys saw, Fabrizio Romano tweeted that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is interested in a
Of course,
potential interim role.
of
I
course,
mean, and I was talking to my buddy about this. He was like, why would he take it? Ali loves the club. He said that
yeah,
recently. I would be interested in the future if they need
yeah.
my help. But if Darren Fletcher does well in these next 2-3 games, if it's not broken, like, don't fix it, honestly. And I know it's Man United. We're a ship that's
It
sinking
is
right now.
It is
Like, we need to
broken.
patch every
I was
hole.
gonna say
It
it
is
is
broken. No, for
broken.
sure, it is broken. But, like,
Um,
if we did this last year with Van Nistelrooy,
yeah.
where he won 3 games, and then we're like, just keep him, and then we brought in Amorim. Just makes you wonder, what if we just kept Van Nistelrooy and then brought in Amorim in the summer? But it's a lot of shoulda, coulda,
Mhm.
wouldas. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's
I
next. I mean,
as far as the AFCON goes, Morocco and Cameroon are playing on basically whoever wins stays, and the loser will leave. So that means we're gonna get at least Ombomo or our Moroccan friend.
Oh yeah,
So
Mazraoui or
we're gonna get one of them out
yeah.
of this deal.
I got
So I mean, maybe
Mbomo.
that's something to look forward to. But I think Ivory Coast gonna keep going. I think Ivory Coast gonna keep going at least into the final. So that's a bigger hit on us. But yeah, as far as I think the next manager, I really do want to see. I'm not saying the interim one. I'm talking about like the next manager that is gonna basically take over and run the team. Maybe the next however long they allow him to run the team. I really do see Zinedine Zidane being considered. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to agree to it. I think there's a list of co-managers that are available. I think Zizou could be a good manager, but I don't know. I'm sure that's unpopular opinion. But hey, we just need to really bring in a manager that's, again, Zidane. I thought when he was at Real, he run the club very well, and I thought he was a very he brought in a culture, or continued a culture, winning culture. He understands how to win as a player, as a manager. So I think he's a good fit, I would say. But and then, who the heck am I? So, but who knows?
Zinedine's done. Yeah, it's an
He's
interesting
available.
shout out. He is
Well, I think
available,
I
and
think
Yeah,
you're
I think
available
he's
too.
got his eyes on the France job.
well, yeah, probably. But I'm just seeing it as
He's been
like,
out of management for a while too.
yeah,
If you guys
yeah.
had James, if you had 3 managers you could choose from the beginning of the summer, like available, who would you do? Who would you choose? Because I'm assuming we're gonna have an interim manager till the end of the season, whether it's
No, we'll have an
Fletcher.
intern, but this is one of my hot takes. I would take Frank Lampard. Knows the Premier League. His
That's
name's got
crazy.
um, yeah. I mean, no, he's a football guy. Like
Why
he's
don't you
been
say
around the
Rooney at this
block.
point?
I
Why don't
mean,
you say Rooney?
well, Lampard's had a
But
better managerial career. That's why. Um,
it's true.
but like, no, I think Lampard. I mean, he's been around the block. He's really. I mean, his name is known, well known. I think there's a respect there. I'm not saying you need to be a player to be a manager, but I mean, for the younger players and all those players in that team, they'll see Lampard and be like, oh, this is Frank Lampard. There will be
Mm,
like an aura, like a sense of respect. I know he's with Coventry right now, but he had almost got them promoted last year. This year, they're doing really well. Um,
Yeah, if they're top
Even
of
at
the table.
Chelsea, he did a really good job, especially in that first year where I think he had no transfer window.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Got
Yeah,
them a top four finish and really laid the foundation for Thomas Tuchel to take that team on to Champions League. And he was at Chelsea with that mindset of I could get sacked any day. Doesn't matter. I'm
mm.
Frank Lampard. What I've done for the club. So I think he would be a great um, appointment. Obviously, he's probably going to want to finish his project um, championship, but that's someone I would think about. Knows the league.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
and I
that's
mean,
very good
honestly,
point.
I don't remember a lot, but I do remember. Or he was generally pretty positive, well liked, and when he got sacked, everyone kind of felt bad for him in the sense of like, hey, he did a good job. Like, didn't do a bad job by any stretch of imagination.
Mm.
mm.
Um, that would be one guy I'd think about. Don Carlo Ancelotti,
Enchilada.
bro, Enchilada. No, Ancelotti. I
He's
don't know. I mean, he's old, but
Where is he at right now? Where is he at
I
right
think
now?
it would be. He's in
He's at
Brazil right
Brazil.
now, so he'd
Yeah,
be doing
yeah,
the World Cup.
yeah.
But guy's been everywhere, so much experience, and yeah, I mean, like we're in a position where we would take any elite manager. I just feel like
Mm.
any manager looking at that job, they've got to be looking at it from a project point of view because that squad is so weak right now. It is so weak. And I'm sure
Yeah,
that was the argument Amorim was making. Look at my
yeah,
squad. It is a
yeah,
joke. You want me to make top four with this squad? Give
Yeah,
me a break.
yeah.
So it's gonna be. I mean, yeah, we'll have Fletcher for the remainder of the year. It looks like. But it's an important decision. I don't want to see a manager come in after the World Cup. Tuchel. Everyone's like, "Yo, let's get Tuchel." Dude, he's gonna play a back three. It's going to be the same
Same
freaking
thing.
thing over
Yeah.
and over. Oh, we're Man
yeah.
United. We don't play a back three. He's going to get so much criticism from the old school guys. So
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
So Barca, you obviously name drop Zinedine Zidane. Any other manager candidates you
Um,
be intrigued with?
Xavi.
Xavi. Hmm.
Yeah.
One thing I would
Or
like about Xavi, sorry to cut you off, but like he played a
yeah,
lot of youth when he was at Barcelona just because of the budget that they
yeah,
had, and they
hmm
really
yeah,
didn't really have a lot of funds. But that's one thing I liked about Xavi. He
yeah.
played,
but it was the same story for him, man. He left
yeah,
for that reason. He literally left because I'm not getting back.
Well, I
So
think, I think,
he's
I think what I
he's a
like
smart
about
dude.
what I like about the two guys I mentioned, Xavi and Zizou, is the fact that how much, how many world class players want to play under them, right? These are the two guys I believe a lot of players would like to play under them. And I think there's a possibility of them. They understood, like Xavi brought Barcelona from whatever they were in financially, right? And they couldn't sign players and all. They were going all that. He still had them, really in a very competitive level, right? Not as competitive
They won the
maybe
league,
they
right?
used to be, but he what's that?
Didn't they win
I
the
think
league under
yeah,
him?
I think they won the league. I think they won a few trophies with him. So for him to do that, I think that's pretty impressive. So he will be a good manager. I think he'll be a good fit. And again, the other person I would bring back is Ole. I'll bring back Ole. I think that's the other manager in the past I've seen where I saw the culture being built. Right. I think he was just a likable guy throughout the club, and I feel like he's one of those guys you just don't want to disappoint. So I feel like I can see players maybe gravitating towards that. So I think those, if we can get one of those guys, I will be very happy. The other
Listen,
person is Clapp. If we can get Clapp, I'll be very happy. That would never happen, right? He would never
I
go
think he
to
said Clap. I was like, yo, who's this guy Clap?
that too. um, that would never happen, right? Because he's a Liverpool guy. I think it will be a rough time to go
Yeah,
to
no,
United. That would not.
that wouldn't
But he would be
happen.
a good fit. He would be a great fit because he knows the league very well, and he's a again great manager.
You named 3 managers that, except for Solskjaer, that are just, I feel like, out of our reach.
Why why
I'll
why
name a
out of our reach,
manager.
man? We're Man United. Like
No, but
the project. Think about what we're building. We're about to build this giant, beautiful stadium, right? We have the money, right? We have the money. We're one of the most wealthiest teams in the world. So I don't understand why is that like a reach? It's not a reach. Really, it's not. I think it's
I think
just
from the outside though, you're looking at like nobody wants that job, bro. Like it just like
that's a great
no,
if you
point.
don't get
That's
it
a
done,
great
you're
point.
gonna be remembered as one of the 10
Yeah,
managers that got
yeah,
sacked. And then you
yeah,
look at David
yeah.
Moyes, he got sacked. And I feel like he kind of fell out of the limelight, and not that it tarnished his career, but I mean
he had to
now he's
rebuild himself.
he did. He had to go to Sociedad. He had to go to. I think his next job was Sunderland, where they got relegated. So
Yep.
he had to rebuild his career. I'm not saying those managers you just named. Obviously, they'll get picked up by another club. Ruben Amorim will probably get another job in Portugal or Italy, and he'll
Mm.
rebuild his
Oh, of
career.
course. Yeah,
Rebuild
yeah,
his
of
name.
course.
Um, and
Paul,
what's up?
when
You
do you
called?
know? Do you know when? Do you guys know by any chance when Vince Company will contract will be up? He could be a great fit.
Absolutely not. No,
Why?
bro. He's a
Because
Who?
he played for
City,
City.
100%.
Who?
Vincent
Company.
Company.
Yeah,
No.
I think he wants that City job, but I don't know. It doesn't look like I don't know what Pep's gonna do with that. I feel like
Would you guys take
Maresca
Maresca or
company.
no?
I so listen. He coached at Chelsea. As much as I don't like Chelsea, they're a big club, and but it doesn't sound like he was necessarily getting the backing, or not necessarily the backing, but he was. It sounds like
He
he was
was the
being.
coach.
He was the coach, but they were making demands like it seemed. I don't know. He had a big deck of cards to deal with, and
Mm.
creating like a B team and a C team, and getting rid of some of like, that's hard to manage. And for the first year, like I thought he did a pretty good job handling that. And then also, not to mention, he won 2 trophies. I would take Maresca. Um, but he wouldn't be appointed until the end of the season. Which again,
Mhm.
that's probably the right course of action. Wait the 6 months, or yeah, 6 months, and go from there.
Yeah, bro. Are you
Um,
playing with Legos?
me?
Yeah. What is that clicking sound? Yeah. Stop clicking around. Are you
Oh, sorry. There
are
was
you
like a
stressed out? He's
It's
stressed out. He's
freaking
stressed out.
Barricade.
He's stressed out. No, it's not
my
me.
bad.
It's not me. It's
No,
Paul.
I'm fidgeting. I'm
Oh, you
fidgeting.
see,
My
he's
bad.
stressed out.
This
Nah, it's been a long day,
is a
brother.
stressful
It's been
day.
a long day.
Let me get that beer
Yeah,
now. Um,
yeah.
I think Maresca. I kind of want to sign. I'd love if United went for Luis Enrique. I feel like he's at the top of that pile, man. But again, I don't think he'd want to take a job like this. And uh, the payout to
Is
be a manager at Man United, if you get
What
fired, is
about
pretty good.
what about
I would be.
Iraola at Bournemouth?
Uh, yeah. He's been there for what, 3 years now? Or this is going to be his third season?
Third or fourth season,
Second. Yeah, third season, I think.
Third season.
I don't know. I
They
think
play
we need
fast attacking football.
a big
Exciting.
name in there, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a project. I mean, big names. I mean, they want to go when they're like right at the peak where maybe they should just sprinkle in one or two players.
Well,
I just feel like
well,
now, I mean, the stage was set for a person like Amorim, someone to like build the club where they could also build their career in a sense.
right.
And now we're back right to ground zero, man.
Yeah.
I'm
don't know.
still
It's
shocked. I can't believe this happened. I don't know about you guys. I cannot believe this happened. It's like, honestly, it's a nightmare, you know. But I think one thing
Yeah.
to consider is
Deserby?
when we decide this manager, who's gonna be, when is they gonna be able to come in and take the team, right? How fast can they
probably
come?
the beginning of
Because
the summer.
remember, we pushed him to come in earlier than he wanted to, and then he agreed to, like, he bent the rules for us to get to the club. So are we gonna do the
The
same
You guys
thing with
ball,
the
take Big
next guy?
Ange?
What's that?
the
You
ball,
take
the
Big
ball.
Ange?
Nah, screw that, man. Nah, F that.
Bro,
The ball.
guarantees top four. Big.
You can't guarantee that. But
It's a roulette. It's a roulette. It's a gamble. We'll never know what's gonna happen with that guy. Exciting football though.
the ball is in these other coaches' courts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hypothetically, and like, this isn't gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna sign a manager right now. They're gonna sign an interim. Darren Fletcher is gonna lead the team, or they bring in a Solskjaer. That's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna try to bring him. And like,
Right.
hypothetically, if they tried to bring in a manager, like, they'd say no. Look at what Ruben Amorim did. He signed him in January. He
Right.
got one signing. He had a terrible season, and then he had a pretty good start to the season. Like, no, if you want me
Yeah.
to take the job, I'll
But
take it before the summer. But it's not going to happen. Solskjaer's probably going
if
to.
they
I could see Solskjaer being at the. Well, Ollie's going to be at the wheel. I could see it, 100%.
I think so
if they
You
too.
heard it
bring
here.
in Solskjaer though, if Solskjaer has an amazing 6 months though, do you sign him?
You
'Cause
sign
then
him,
we're
bro.
just
You sign
repeating
him.
history
You sign
again.
him. You sign him. I like that guy.
If Ollie won a trophy, which the only trophy he could win is the FA Cup, we sign him.
You sign him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what if someone like Darren Fletcher, he has a great 6 months?
I think you keep him, man.
Nah, bro, nepotism. He
I think you
has
keep
two
him.
of his kids playing in the middle of the field. You can't do that. He's gonna
So did
start
Ferguson.
his sons.
Ferguson had his own kids at the club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but they didn't
I
start
think
in the
all of his family
18.
members worked at the club.
Yeah, they did.
But
One of them
worked.
won a
But they
Premier
didn't.
League medal.
Does they play on the
Darren,
team?
was it
Yeah,
Darren? Darren
Yes,
Ferguson?
they did.
I don't remember what his first name was.
Darren Ferguson.
I forget what his name. But yeah,
Oh
he won a
shit, I
Premier
didn't
League
know that.
medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
Would you
way.
guys take Roy Keane?
Was he any good? Was he any good?
I would take Roy Keane as an interim manager. He would build off of what
No.
what
Then
Amorim has
at
done.
that
But
point,
like,
you're gonna
again,
take
back to the
Ruud van
culture.
Nistelrooy.
Yeah, bro, I
At
would
that
take
point,
Ruben van
Ruud van
Nistelrooy.
Nistelrooy will
He
be
did
fitted
well for
too.
2 games. He did well for 2 games. I would take him. But that's what's gonna happen. Darren Fletcher's he's gonna either take on this job, or Solskjaer is gonna take the interim. That's my
Well,
opinion.
I think it's been confirmed that I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed he's the interim for the rest
He
of the
is.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is. It's confirmed.
Like,
Fabrizio
that's
Romano tweeted
official.
that there is interest from Solskjaer's camp. I could totally see them appointing Solskjaer. That's
No,
I don't know.
we know that.
I
No,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
could
No,
see
no,
that
you're right.
Darren
You're
I
Fletcher
right.
would
You're
would
right,
love
Paul.
nothing more than that. I would love nothing more than that. But you got to remember, when Solskjaer came in, he had so many talented young players that weren't like at the end. Like, yeah, he had Rashford, he had Martial, he had Paul Pogba. Like, like those three players alone, like young, hungry, with a little bit of positivity in their game, like just like that external source, like they were firing
Yeah.
on all cylinders for him. We don't have that level of talent right now. Like, we're not even close.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
not even
That's fair.
close.
Yeah, true. That's the point.
Like, I mean, like, you could, like, you look at the players that we have when they are fit, and we have them all. we could assemble a great team and we could really have a strong finish. But there's a lot of what ifs in that.
Yeah.
It's
When do we
interesting
get
because
Mboma?
when
When do
we
we
were
get
it's
Ahmed?
in, it's interesting because we were talking transfers last week. I don't think United signed anybody because I don't think they're signed anybody this window. You know what I mean? And the reality is, I think we need
And
we
I bet you
need
that's
that
part of his frustration.
reinforcement. Yeah,
I'm
like
calling it now.
we.
They're going to bring in Gareth Southgate.
Oh my gosh, I
That in the new year or in the summer, they're going to bring in Gareth Southgate. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Save this
Yeah.
video. They're going to bring in Southgate.
Oh, no, man.
don't know if I can deal with.
We don't need that.
No.
No, we don't need that. And if no, and you know what, James? It's funny. I could see them doing that too. It's like unfortunately, I can see them wanting to do that.
It's like a safe bet, even
Yeah,
though it's like it's not really a safe bet. You know, it's a
it's
safe
not.
bet
It's
in the sense of like they'll be like,
It's boring
I don't know.
football, bro.
I mean, Ineos liked him.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll bring him in
and
there,
I
but
think. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know.
Bring
I
back
mean,
what do you
Mourinho,
think of
man.
that? You think that's gonna happen?
Bring back Mourinho.
I'd
yeah,
rather have Mourinho back.
I'd rather have Mourinho. Yeah, over
Now
I'd take
Southgate.
Mourinho in a
at
heartbeat.
least we can finish the season top four, whatever was Mourinho. We are guaranteed to win at least Euros. you know. So I think Mourinho could be another great option. I don't know. I think he's out of job right now, so he might be. I think last time what he was in Turkey, I believe, and didn't work out too well for him.
He's at
But
Benfica. He's at
anyway, I
Benfica right
think
now.
he is okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
lot of moving
So
pieces. One thing I must say is that now that this is happening, it's gonna be kind of in a weird way. I'm excited to see what the team's gonna look like, right? Next game. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's gonna be somewhat like maybe we will see some fresh energy. I don't know. Like I don't know what to expect, but I am excited to see what's
Nah,
it's gonna unfold.
I just like. I mean, just to build off what you said, Barricade. I mean, like you think about the last three games we had. We played we played Newcastle. Then we
Yeah,
played
Wolves,
last week we
Leeds.
played Wolves, and then we played Leeds today. Or this past weekend we played Leeds.
yeah,
Leeds was like the first game, and we had the same teams in those three games, like the same players available.
yeah,
And in those three games, the Leeds game was the first game where we actually had dominant periods and created good moments. So um, it's just funny. Like it's just a joke now. I mean, I
yeah,
see what you're saying, but maybe we'll get like a bounce. But dude, like it's the same players. Like
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same players
it's the
for
Well,
same
guarantee.
potentially,
players,
I think though
and
when Menu
it's
comes back, he will get more opportunity, right, from his injury. I think a lot of players gonna get like some. It's gonna be different because hopefully we're gonna be playing with four in the back, and that would probably create us more opportunities, maybe to allow some certain players to shine per se, like Menu, right? Um, and I
Mhm.
kind of look forward to
Well, he's
that, and
injured, bro.
I know he's injured, but when he's back, I think whoever is the manager, whoever is running the team, probably wants to go with
Yeah,
four
he will
backs,
get a
and Manu
fresh
might be part
chance
of.
then.
Yeah, so I think those are the things that to look forward to because I think the one I don't know if I must say like the one thing I was a little frustrated was uh, the manager was the fact that he didn't give Manu too much of an opportunity. I felt like he kind of wrote him off. And I think I think there were rooms for to have him play as much as possible, but he wasn't getting the chances he needed. And I believe maybe this change will allow for Manu to feel comfortable. I don't know what his thoughts are as far as staying at the club. Maybe that he would start thinking, you know what, there's a new manager coming in. I have a chance to stay. I'm gonna be part of the project kind of situation. But I don't know if you know, but like I feel like Manu started feeling like he's not part of the project anymore by sitting on the bench, right? Which is probably
Yeah,
frustrating
I
for a
mean, I
talent
think,
like him.
yeah, no, I mean, he'll probably have like a little bit of a more positive feeling in the
Yeah,
coming weeks. But again, he's got to get fit. I mean, he's got to focus on getting healthy again.
yeah,
And I don't know. I mean, I really do think he would have gotten a solid chance if he was fit this break or this recent period of
absolutely.
time. But yeah, just I don't know. It just feels like we've just taken 5 steps in the wrong direction, and
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't feel like we're gonna get back on that path anytime soon towards
yeah.
winning anything
What
or
what do you? My question
building
to you
like a
is what?
proper team.
My question to you is what is the what do you see the that now that knowing that we no longer have to play with three in the back. Probably we're not going to. Probably was. I'm assuming Fletcher's not going to play three in the back. Um, I'm assuming that
Probably
was the
not.
big problem. Who do you think who's going to be on the back four line? Who?
It'll probably be Heaven, Shaw, Martinez, and I bet you it's gonna probably be Dallo.
Yeah, midfield.
Um, Probably Casemiro, Garte. I mean, I'm just going based off who's fit, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
right. No, 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 no.
Ugarte, as
Exactly.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
it's probably gonna be the same exact line. I mean, Dorgu. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
Fletcher will give a young player a chance, like that guy Scally. And I think he's a striker. And then up top, um, Teshko. And
yeah,
then
Cunha on
Cunha
the
is like the
left, and
number
then
10.
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, pretty much
but
the
yo,
same lineup, right?
yeah, no, exactly. It's the same lineup. He doesn't like that's the frustrating thing, right? I mean, like we're just going in circles at this point, but I mean, like the man literally is right on the doorstep of top four, and he's probably like, they're probably telling him, hey, you got to be a little bit more flexible in your lineup, and he's probably just like, are you kidding me? Look where we are. Like, look how good we played in the last game before I lost, or in the last game against Bournemouth, and then everything hit the fan. We lost. We lost Bruno the next game. We lost Ahmad. We lost Azraoui. We lost
Mount.
Bomo. We lost Mount a couple
Mount.
games later.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
he probably was livid when whoever said to him, "You got to be more flexible in your the way you play or more
Hmm.
adaptable." I'm sure he's just like,
Hmm.
"Dude, screw that. Give me players, and I'll win games." And
Yeah.
I mean, like that Bournemouth game was his best game. That was the most exciting game we watched as United fans. I mean, I wish
Hmm.
we had more of those moments. It'll be one of those. It's just gonna be weird. It's just gonna be interesting. In like 20 years, we'll be like, "Oh, I remember Ruben Amorim. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he was only
Hmm.
here for 14
Unfortunately.
months, and
Unfortunately, he
yeah,
didn't leave a mark on the club. Oh, that's an unfortunate thing,
no,
and
he didn't. I mean, he
it really
tried
makes
though.
me think. Yeah, absolutely. I think he gave it all. I think it makes me really think deeply as far as managers in Premier League go. Now, if you're a manager in Premier League, do you sign African players knowing that you're gonna miss them for pretty much well, not half the season, but some of part of the season? Do you sign an African player to play? Right? Is that
Yeah, I mean,
is
like
that gonna be is that gonna be in your books? Are you gonna say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be losing these players half the season, so why do I want to sign them?" Especially they're like your biggest players, right? I mean, we kind of got screwed with those players, and I love the African Cup of Nations. I think it's a great competition, but we did lose players, and that's kind of cost us some points. You know?
right. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was gonna happen though, and that's probably the other thing that Amarin was going in on. Like, hey, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew we were gonna need players. You guys didn't want to sign players in the summer. This is what we're dealing with now. We need
Yeah,
to sign players. I'm sure he was saying that. Um,
yeah.
don't know, I feel bad. Honestly, it's such a weird feeling, but I genuinely feel bad for Amorim. He definitely said what he said, and I respect it. I still feel like a little bit abandoned by it, but like, it is what it is. But I think this is a good point to wrap up.
Yes, it is.
For our fans, follow the podcast. We're on where we're on. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram.
We're
We're
on
on YouTube.
TikTok,
We're on
Instagram,
Spotify.
YouTube. Yeah, we're pretty much everywhere except for Facebook. That's not going to be our thing, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe in the future. We're not at that level yet.
Yeah.
But
But
likes, subscribe,
thank you.
comments. We love comments. So yeah.
Yeah, we're very interactive with our comments too. Barricade will send you kissy faces and like your comments,
On,
stuff of that
only
nature.
only if it's only if they're good comments. All right.